Hello everyone. My desk just started moving. Just wanted to take a few minutes to connect with you guys and say hello and thank you. Hello and thank you. From wherever you're at. If we haven't connected before, please say hello. Please let me know where you're at. And I already want to say thank you for those of you who already have enjoyed listening to the Change with Him Real Raw Redeemed podcast. I just recently shared it, and today we finished filming 2 more episodes. So to not overwhelm you, they are going to be dropped one per day. There are over 48 plays already and 18 people in the last week, but it hasn't even been live for a week, and that's amazing. That's incredible. And I wanted to share with you a video that I just saw that was really funny because it said free 5-day self-love challenge, and I had to laugh because in the beginning of my business I did things like that. I offered things like that, and now understanding so much through the years with the people that I've worked with and about how our minds work, specifically the unconscious mind. There's the unconscious mind, which is 95% of our mind, and where our thoughts, our actions, our patterns, our habits and behaviors stem from, come from, generate from, and say things like that. Free. And that's supposed to be the hook, right? Oh, it's free. Come join. It's free. And your mind's like, oh, free. Okay. A, there's no skin in the game. B, there's no investment. So the longevity and what you perceive internally, mentally, emotionally that you're going to get out of it is like garbage. It's free. But people will say free because it's a hook. And then here's the kicker, self-love. If you've experienced past narcissistic abuse, emotional abuse and neglect in the past, you want to love yourself. You wanted them to love yourself. You wanted this beautiful, energetic, equal exchange of love, and it wasn't. And it was a challenge, and it caused and created internal, deep emotional pain, deep wounds of emotional pain. But here's the thing. You had those before you got into that very damaging, negative, critical, and challenging relationship. So the word challenge itself, internally, emotionally, energetically, there it puts you on this frequency of connection to the internal pain you're currently experiencing and that you've already experienced in the past. And so your mind, before you even get into it or begin it, thinks, hell no. No. I don't want any more challenge. I don't want any more pain. I want to be free from the challenges. I want to be free from the pain. And you want to be free from it deeply, internally, and unconsciously. So little hook lines like free 5-day self-love challenge sound nice on the surface level, but how many of those, if you're being real and honest with yourself, have you signed up for or been tempted to start or begin or sign up for that you A, haven't seen through to completion, and B, have been very frustrated with the limited impact or results that you got? I used to run these, so I know because I once worked with a business mentor who was like, well, you've got to just offer things like free challenges. And I was like, wait a minute, you don't know anything about what you're doing, because I did them and it didn't work. People didn't stick, they didn't stay because there was A, no skin in the game, and B, it was messing with their internal unconscious beliefs. That is the most rapid and powerful and effective way through transformation to transformation. So it's not something that is done to you, it is an internal experience that you get to be a part of. You're the co-creator, you're the majority creator. There's simply a guide and an allowing, almost like an internal key that gets unlocked that sets you free, that allows you to love yourself and believe that you're worthy and deserving of love. Not just go buy yourself some fresh flowers, take yourself for a brisk walk on a nice sunny day, just call your best friend and tell him about your troubles and your sorrow, and then you'll feel better. None of those things are bad on the surface, but if you're truly deeply desiring to experience love for yourself, it has to go below. It has to go way deeper than just surface level. So A, that starts with an investment in yourself. It starts with a commitment, with a deep burning desire. And most people don't get to that place until they're in deep burning pain. Then they experience the desire to change. And then you start looking at and getting hooked into and attracted to things like free self-love challenge, and it's 5 days, and so you can do it. Hoorah, let's do it together. I'll hold your hand. The problem is you don't want or need someone to hold your hand because you're sick and tired of holding other people's hands that have just turned around and bit you, right? Bite the hand that feeds you. You've heard that. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And you've been the one that's the feeder. You've been the giver and you've been bitten. Therefore you're in pain. And now you've created and developed a pattern with doing this to yourself and you're tired of it. And no free challenge for 5 days is going to change that. It really isn't. And if you're being honest with yourself, you know that. And I'm being honest with myself because I used to do that in my business and I used to sabotage it unknowingly, right? I was doing it from a loving place of wanting to share and give. And I do that now with all of the content that I share and I create. And it's interesting because the podcast is free. There are probably going to be at least 20 episodes that are free. And after that, it will be investment, a low investment, like not even more than a cup of Starbucks. So I think it'll be $4.99 to subscribe to the podcast monthly. But the content that you get to experience connection with is truly invaluable. This not a thing that you can put a number on. And that also reflects and is true for the quality and the value of your life. And when you have the ability to truly love yourself and receive divine love and believe in your core and in the depth of your being, at the root of you, that you are worthy and you are deserving of experiencing love, giving love, receiving love, then you can really buy into the little quotes that say love heals all things. And that can feel true for you. It can be part of this embodiment and identity that you have and you are. When it's not, you get hooked into stupid 5 day love challenges, self-love, and you're like, oh, yeah. And then you don't do it. And then it adds to the pile of things that you thought were a good idea or began but never finished. And so it adds to the pile of failure. It adds to the pile of incompletion. It adds to the pile of inconsistency. And so now your scale's off and you're trying to love yourself, but self-love feels like it's buried down here under this huge pile of not enoughness, not good enoughness, inconsistency, self-sabotage, self-harm, self-blame, all of this stuff. So, whew, understand that. And the reason why I share so much is because I used to also be a part of that problem and not the solution. I used to also be a part of setting out those traps for people and falling into the traps myself. And that never ever feels good. It's not good for you, and therefore it's not good for anyone else, because what you are experiencing internally, you're projecting on everyone and everything else externally. So, there's that. Don't fall for those traps. You'll never ever see me do a free 5 day self-love challenge for that reason, because it's often a trap. And it's not a malicious or a conscious trap that people are putting out. But you got to understand what's going on internally and unconsciously, especially when you've experienced emotional abuse and neglect in the past. This feels like one of those traps. And then you feel frustrated, but you don't take the frustration out on that person, because you wouldn't do that. You're a nice person. You feel bad, and you take it out on yourself. You internalize it. You internally process it with yourself, against yourself, and then you fall into those things that we talk about in the 5 archetypes of the emotionally abused and neglected. You stuff your feelings. You bottle your feelings. You become this version of you who can never make up your mind or make a decision with confidence, with ease, with grace. You second guess and you question everything. And so the next time something comes around that presents as something that seems like it would be really good, really helpful, really powerful, really positive, really beneficial to you, you question it. You ask other people what they think about it. And then you allow other people to talk you out of the things that might be beneficial to you, that you truly want to do, that if you could fully commit to, would make a difference and an impact in you. But there you go. You're caught in the trap. And all of the other things, the P me, the F me, the fake me, the procrastinator me, the superhero me that's like, I don't need anyone, super hyper ultra independent. We talk about all of those things in the Transform Masterclass. If you haven't yet, I invite you to join that. It is a Facebook group that's private where we go into this in depth, 5 hours over 5 days. But since it's already passed, you can go watch it all in one day if you want. But don't fall for this free stuff and understand what is happening internally and unconsciously when you see things like this. And when you're on this journey to transformation, to healing, to rewriting your life. I had someone write that the other day, funny because that's the name of my company, Rewrite Your Life. And I'm trying, understand the word trying is a failure word. If you're trying to lose weight and you see cookies in front of you, trying to not eat the cookie, you're either doing it or not doing it. You're either you've eaten the cookie or you're going to eat the cookie or you're not. It's not trying. Trying is it's failing. I'm trying to do this. No, when your mind says, I'm trying, but I failed. Oh well, might as well go eat the whole box now because I ate one. You either ate one or you didn't, so you're not trying to. So understand that there's so much power in language, just like the word trying and the word challenge and free and self-love. When you mix those all together, your mind gets very confused because it's like, I don't get it. Well, what is it? If it's free, it's really not worth it. There's no value in it. You're not going to commit to it. You're not going to get anything from it. Oh, but it's supposed to be about self-love, and so it should help me and should make me feel better. Should get me on the right path to rewriting and restarting my life. Oh, but it's going to be a challenge. Oh, sweetheart, honey, no, just sit on the couch and eat that entire box of cookies. Isn't your life already challenging enough? And that's the internal voice that you hear your mind play with you, and that's what happens. And that's why it seems so challenging, and that's why you don't follow through with it. So understand all of that. And really we get into all of this in the Transforming Past Pain to Present Power program. It's my signature program. I've got a lot of other programs and courses as well. So I invite you to take a look at those and connect with the one that you resonate with most. But understand this. So as I get off my little pedestal from being on my tangent, all of this is at play constantly, consistently in your life, running in the background of your mind, because that is your unconscious mind at play and at work, and it never ever stops. And thank God it doesn't, because if it did, you wouldn't be alive. It's the part of your mind that allows you to live while you're sleeping, right? It has your heart keep beating, your lungs keep breathing, and there are both parts of your mind, and that is the more powerful, more effective one. And when we're working privately one-to-one, that is the one that we work with, so you can experience powerful, rapid, and effective change in your life in those areas, especially in the area of self-love, of transformation, of getting out of that pain and into your desired state. I love you guys. I will see you soon. I've got to go. I've got a call in 1 minute, but just wanted to come on here and share this with you. You can always reach out or find me at sarahpacaro.com. Okay, sending you love. Bye for now.